Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe button as well if you are new round here. On the road to 7,000 subscribers, every new subscriber is greatly appreciated. And let's dive into today's video. And I'm going to be discussing Christopher Nkunku and the noises coming out of Chelsea that they believe his return is going to be transformative for the club's season. We had this coming out last night from Fabrizio Romano on one of his YouTube videos, saying that feeling inside Chelsea is that Nkunku return will make the difference. It could be 2 to 3 months, but they believe him returning is going to be a crucial step in their season. For now, there can be criticism for their signings and the whole situation, but Chelsea will protect their project and will wait, especially for Nkunku's return. Now, I don't have any issue with this per se. Absolutely, his return is going to make a difference. It's been quite clear that there's been no real plan to deal with Nkunku's absence, the injury. It was clear that all the plans revolved around him during the pre-season, and now that he obviously unfortunately picked that injury up, it almost seems we're a little bit all over the place, a complete lack of any plan B, and we're trying to just like get ourselves by in any way possible. It's clear that he was the go-to man in pre-season. He was the man that everything was being revolved around. As he was playing 10, he played a lot of time out on the left wing as well, can play as a 9. And he'd linked up well at times with Nicholas Jackson, and he's just a general threat all over the pitch. And he absolutely one of the most important signings for Chelsea that we did manage to get him when we did, getting that bit of business done early. But the noises coming out of the club that they're almost pinning their hopes on Nkunku's return. That's a mad one for me, because you look at Chelsea so far this season, and yes, you can like give reasons as to why the performances have not been that great, because it's a new squad, new manager, a lot of new young players. But to watch Chelsea so far, and yes, we will improve, but to watch us and think that putting Nkunku into that team after 4 months out on the sidelines, hasn't actually played a competitive game for Chelsea, has not played a single minute in the Premier League, to put all our hopes on him transforming the season, that's kind of a mad one for me. I can't lie, guys. That's mad. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we pinning our hopes on Nkunku? Like, he's a top player, top scorer in the Bundesliga last season, missed a chunk of the season through injury. He got 16 goals. Yes, there was no Erling Haaland, no Robert Lewandowski, so the total was obviously lower than in previous years. But everyone knows, everyone you speak to, respected journalists and whatnot, Nkunku was a top player and a top signing for Chelsea at a very good price. But I'm not sure why we are apparently pinning our hopes on someone. Yes, he's going to make a massive difference, but we can't be solely relying on this guy to completely change our fortune. As I was saying before, it shows no plans. There was no plan B for this guy getting injured. It was like, right, everything's revolving around Nkunku, and if he gets injured, we're just gonna have to hope. We're just gonna hope he doesn't. Like, it just seems as a complete and utter, lack of any alternative plans. We're putting all our hopes on one player's return. That's not a good project, guys. If we're talking about the project, which I believe in, and Chelsea clearly believe in, and it's an exciting project, no two ways about it, but to be putting all our hopes on one player's return, that's not the project. We can't be saying that we literally cannot play unless Nkunku's on the pitch. That's a madness to me. That is a complete and utter madness. We're going to put pressure on a 25-year-old who hasn't even kicked a ball for us yet. I mean, all the pressure on someone, not even kicked one ball for us in a competitive match other than pre-seasons. It's mad. It's mad. Like, we're saying that we can't win games because Nkunku's injured. Obviously, it's more than that. But, it's just this guy's going to make a difference is a complete fundamental lack of an understanding of where we are as a football club right now. Nkunku's a top player, no two ways about it, and he'll definitely make a difference. But he's not the reason why we're not playing well right now. We're not looking at Chelsea and thinking, right, we're really close at this point in time. Everything's going pretty well. We just need to drop Christopher Nkunku in there, and then we're going to be a team that's ready to compete at the upper end of the league and challenge for trophies. We aren't that team right now. We can certainly, over time and over the course of the season, improve and get closer to becoming that team. But to suggest that Nkunku returning is going to be a crucial step in our season, with Fritz adding that many at Chelsea believed he was going to be the signing of the season and that it would make the difference. But the problem is, though, he wasn't the only thing that we needed. We weren't just a player like Nkunku away from becoming a top team. So I'm not really sure I'm not really sure what we're doing here. I don't understand. I don't want to say it's bordering on embarrassing, but it just it just shows a complete lack of any alternative plans without Nkunku. And I refuse to believe that as a football club, with the amount of money we spent, a man with the intelligence of Pochettino in charge, that his only plans were around Nkunku. And the fact is that obviously we brought Nkunku into play as a 10. We bought him because he's a top quality player, but he spent most of his time in pre-season playing on the left wing, and Chukwuemeka played more in that number 10 role. So look, he's obviously a massive part of what we're trying to do here. But to put all the pressure on him to return from injury after that long layoff and suggest that, yeah, do you know what, this guy's going to be the difference for us is, for me, it's just a complete and utter nonsense. I don't know if it's sort of a bit of a PR brief to try and get some people back on side or what it might be, but this is a mad. This is a madness here. It's mad. Like, he's not going to come back at least to December, January until he's kind of got that full match finish. We've got a whole first half of the season to get by on, and we're putting out stuff like this after 4 games. Like, what are we doing? He's still got to get match fit. So what are we saying then? Like, for the next 2 to 3 months, it doesn't really matter what happens. We're just going to shut up shop and we're going to wait for him and everything will be fine. I mean, what happens if he comes in, comes into the side and, straight away it doesn't quite happen? Like, that's probably highly likely to happen. It's a new league for him. This is a good play. He's been out for a number of months. It's going to take him a few months to get back up to speed as well. So what are we saying, that because of Nkunku we can't win games? Like, this is mad. This is mad. Look, it's, for me, look, I get it. You want to have your main plans and you build around your best players, but we've seemingly hinged, for me, our whole plans this season are all around him. And we're now having to virtually play a completely different way of playing, a completely different system to accommodate him not being there. Now, I cannot believe that that Pochettino and the coaching staff and people at the club have not thought, hang on a second, what happens if this guy gets injured, and he's out for a long spell? What are we going to do then? What's our alternative plans going to be? Have we legitimately not thought of any alternative plans? And now we're scrambling around. We're putting Chilwell at left wing, playing Levi Cole at left back, all because Christopher Nkunku's not available. This is a lot of pressure to put on someone, a 25-year-old who's never played in the Premier League before, hasn't kicked a ball for Chelsea in a competitive game. Like, that's moving mad for me. Like, that's so much pressure to put on the guy, and we don't need to be putting more pressure on players than is already on them at this point in time. No one's denying that Nkunku's a top player and he's not going to make a difference. He absolutely is going to make a difference. But yeah, it's I really don't know what more I can add to this, but it's a mad one. It is a mad one. It really is. We've got a tough run of games in October and November. We need to plan like we don't have Nkunku. It's as simple as that. We have to find a way of playing right now that gets the best out of what we've got without him. He can come back in and fit into the team, or we can change things if necessary. Fine, no problem. But like, to pin all our hopes on him, guys, what are we doing? I mean, seriously. He's a top player, but we're speaking like he's like a Ronaldo or a Messi at this point in time. Like, we've got one of the best players in world football returning to the club in a couple months' time, and then suddenly everything's going to be fine. No, it's not. He'll make a difference, absolutely. Pace, power, strength. Scores goals, versatile. He's going to tick a lot of boxes for us, and he will make us better. But we need everything around him to be better as well. We need to be more cohesive as a team. We're not a refined team, and we can just drop him back into the side, and then suddenly we go to a team that's close, then we go to a team that's going to win. That's not how this is going to work. So yeah, I'm surprised to be hearing that, and I do hope that we're developing other plans, and we're not that stupid to think that everything's going to be fine when Nkunku returns. But yeah, people, those are just my thoughts on the Nkunku situation, the noises coming out of the club. So yeah, please make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below on this one, because for me, it seems like a mad one from Chelsea to be doing this and kind of pinning all our hopes on Nkunku. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. And I'll catch you again in another video soon. Take care, up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.